Hello everyone, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today I want to show you how to use Google Slides to create your own graphic organizer. This one in particular is for a math lesson. I wanted to provide some extra support for some of my students who were struggling with word problems in math. So of course you could adjust the content of this graphic organizer to any subject, but I wanted to show you specifically how to use Google Slides to make something like this. So here is the final product, and I'm going to show you step by step how I created this. So the first thing I'm going to do is hit the plus button over here on the left side, and that's going to allow me to add a new slide. And what I like to do first is hit the slide tab, and that will give me some options. I'm going to hit apply layout, and I like to start with a nice clean slide, so I'm going to hit the blank option. And this will allow me to add my own text boxes, and I find that it's just easier to work with when I don't have existing ones that I'm not wanting to use. So the next thing I'm going to do is hit this button right here. This will allow me to add my own text box, and I'm going to add one right at the top. And this will allow me to add my title. And the nice thing about Google Slides is it allows you to, that red line shows you exactly when it's centered on the page. So I'm going to add that here, and I'm going to use the same title. And this is one of my favorite fonts, Zillislab Highlight. It just has a nice black background and white font. And of course you can notice that the font is really small, so the next thing that we're going to do is increase the font so the students will actually be able to read it. So we're going to go with 30. Let's see what that looks like. We'll do a little bit bigger. Let's go, I think 48 will be a little big. Let's do 45. We'll type that in ourselves. Perfect. And then we're going to hit this align button in order to center it. Now, and you can notice I actually forgot to add it on the original copy, but I'm going to add a text box for the students to write their name. I don't know how I forgot that before, but I just type name with a colon, and then I add a bunch of blank lines so that they can write their name. And I'll change the font to make it a little bit more exciting. I like this Oswald font. I'll talk about that more later, but we'll use that for now. Perfect. Now you can notice the next thing we're going to do is create the border around. And how we're going to do that is we're going to insert a table. So insert, then we'll hit the table option, and we have 3 boxes down and 2 across. So then this is what will pop up on my screen. I'm going to drag the 3 dots up and all the way down, and I want it a little bit wider, so I'm going to stretch it out and make sure it's centered. And then the next thing I'm going to do is highlight all the boxes, and I like the lines on my table to be a bit thicker. So I'm going to hit this button that says border weight, and I like to make that 3 or 4. I'll make it 3 this time. And the lines are showing up gray, which is fine, but I'm going to change it to black. You hit this border color button and you can have all different options. And there we go. And if you can spot the difference, the box on the top here, if you notice, it's one big box, one long box. So in order to do that, you're going to highlight the 2 boxes that you want to merge, and you're going to double click and hit merge cells. Now you have one long box, so that one in particular I'm expecting students to write more, so that's why I wanted to make that one a bit bigger. And now in terms of actually adding the content, so I will just add text boxes for the words in here. So you can just add one here. What am I trying to find? And like I said earlier, I really like that. Oh, this is when the undo button comes in handy. I just accidentally deleted that. But I said earlier I like that Oswald font. It's just a really nice thick font that's easy for students to read. So now your students will be able to write about what they're trying to find. Or you can really make the questions in this organizer anything you want. You can customize it. And if you didn't want to add your own text boxes, you can just click inside of it. So I'll copy and paste the words on here since this question's a bit longer. So now I'm going to Command V, and I've pasted my text. I'm going to just change the font so that it matches. And I'll keep doing that, but for your purpose, you'll just type in whatever questions you would like. And I can keep going with this. You can create your own questions. You can use these. Oops, I forgot to change the font to make it match here. Or you could wait till the end to do it too. That would actually probably be easier. And last question. Oops. Just making sure all the sizes are the same. You could make it a little bit bigger, but once it prints out, I think it'll actually be okay. It does look a little bit small. But you can also feel free to add clip art or anything on the top. You can make the title smaller. You can, I was just telling somebody how I like to bold certain words that I really want my students to know. So we all want to make sure our students are showing work, so that might be something that you want to bold. But yeah, I hope that you found this video helpful. I really like using Google Slides to make worksheets because I find it a lot easier to move around text boxes and things like that. But if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.